What's going on, everyone? So, per Big Screen Leaks, obviously take this with a grain of salt. Nothing is official, nothing is confirmed until it's official and confirmed. But, according to Big Screen Leaks, Celeste O Connor is in talks to join Scream 7. Now, this is an actress that has been in quite the catalog. I'm not super familiar with her, right? Like, I can't be like, oh, well, she's done this, but looking at her filmography, and I have recognized her in some of the films that she's been in, but recently, like Madam Web, she was in Freaky, Ghostbusters, the more recent ones, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then the Frozen Empire. She's been in Wetlands, Irreplaceable You, Selah and the Spade. I hope I said that correctly. The In-Between, and A Good Person. Those are kind of her film catalog. She's 26 years old, which I imagine she's not going to be playing a 26-year-old. She's probably playing some high school student. But she's 26 years old, 5'7", and she is somebody that is expected to be in the upcoming Scream 7 film. Now, the question, of course, always becomes with an actress or an actor, right, are they Ghostface, right? Now, you can never rule that out. So far we have Sydney, we have Gail, right? Mark Kincaid, Patrick Dempsey is expected to come back. He's also doing another kind of horror slasher film with Spyglass. So building that relationship, as you can see, with Spyglass. So I expect him probably in this film and maybe even several more to come, because I don't believe that this will be the last Scream film. I think if this Scream movie has success, they're going to keep that hype train going, baby. Which, like I've said, I'm always for it. I'm okay as long as they are giving us a quality product. But given that she has the catalog that she has, again, I'm not super familiar with her acting, right? Obviously, I recognize her from those films, but to like place it and be like, oh yeah, she was great in this, I don't have the familiarity. So please educate me if you believe that she is, a particular actress, or you could see her in a specific type of role, right? Like, could she be a Ghostface? Is the point, right? Is she an actress that has had kind of the chaos, or can flip on that switch and be that kind of just crazy, right? Like we see with Scream, right? You look at several actors that have been Ghostface, and their ability to just turn on the crazy. It's been very impressive, and that's what you need when you're talking about Scream and Ghostface and stuff like that. But my guess is that she's probably a friend of the oldest daughter. We have Sydney's daughter, who has been cast, and I imagine that they're going to start rounding out her friend group. We got supposedly the boyfriend, right? The only confirmed is like Sydney's daughter, Sydney, Gail, and then Mark Kincaid is like there, right? But point is, you got to start rounding out the rest of the roster. I'm curious to see if this is like a high character count, right? Or if this is kind of more flushed, like, a handful of characters. You think of like Scream 96, right? Really, there was 10 characters. There were only 6 deaths total in that film. So, and that's off the top of my head. I might be a little off on that, but it was a low kill count, kind of more intimate style of Scream movie, which I'm not opposed to. I'm not against at all. I don't mind as long as the kills are memorable, the characters are developed. I would prefer that. I would prefer, because the character development in Scream 5 and 6 has not been great, right? And so I would rather you kind of have a more, smaller cast that you can really kind of grow and develop, have a smaller kill count rather than just killing a bunch of people just for the sake of killing a bunch of people. I mean, I don't want it to be like Scream 6 where nobody died, right? Where all of the deaths, it's yeah, there was 12 deaths in Scream 6, and it's well, 10 of them were in the bodega, so it doesn't count, right? It doesn't count as a Ghostface running through killing people, right? So I hope, right? And if she's an actress that can portray the Ghostface role nicely, I would love to see that. Very possible, right? That she could kind of fill that role, especially with her catalog. Again, I'm not super familiar with her, but given what her resume shows, right? She's an actress that has been in some pretty big blockbusters, right? She's been in some pretty highlighted films, so it kind of makes sense that she could portray that role. She's somebody that these big studios and execs and stuff saw as a potential actress to fill the role needed, that she could step in and maybe do the same for Scream in that Ghostface manner. So you very well could be looking at Ghostface, but I could see kind of like, the best friend, maybe a character that is, because she's 26 in real life, but again, I don't see her because the thought is, okay, they already got one of Sydney's daughters, right? Okay, maybe they cast the other one. Could the other one be older, or is it going to be younger, right? Because, you could get, an actress that is just, say, 26, 27 to play, 22, 23. Because technically, if you're going all the way back to Scream 3 in 2000, right? You could technically have a child, by the time Scream actually comes out, have a child that's, 25? Right? If it's in 2026, right? You could have a child that's technically 25. So, could make sense to, kind of have that. But my guess, she'll probably be part of the Friends group for the oldest daughter, but I think the oldest daughter will be, 17. Because that's rumored. That's what the reports are, is that, again, take it all with a grain of salt. But supposedly, Sydney's oldest daughter is supposed to be 17. Her other daughter, I'd imagine, probably around like 14, 15, probably a teenager as well. And it makes sense to line up to, kind of have actors and actresses and characters, especially with this kind of being a legacy film, be 30 years, right? It would make sense to kind of have characters line up to, like Tatum, right? This could be the Tatum character, right? Like the best friend. And then have the Sydney-esque character in her daughter, who is now, the main lead and the main focus, right? And then you could have the Randy-esque character, right? And then, kind of have those characters kind of line up with what you got in 96. I hope it's not just another remake of 96. I hope they're a little more well thought out. But I really, again, character development is huge for me. I love that we're getting all of these actors and actresses that are rumored or auditioning or whatever, right? But I hope that it's not like, oh, they have 22 new characters. And it's just like, please don't do that. Like, we've seen that already. Keep it intimate. Keep it controlled, right? Ghostface, again, you can have some memorable kills. You don't need a high kill count for a film to have success. You don't need a high kill count. I mean, I'm all for a high kill count, right? The more kills, the better. But I'd rather a more impactful kill, a more memorable kill, more kills where we're like, oh, right, like, no, I can't believe they just killed them, or, as opposed to like Anika, for example, right? Where you look at Anika and it's like, or Annika, I think that's how they said her name, Annika, right? Why do we care that she died? Because she was Mindy's girlfriend? Like, there was no, like, they didn't build her character up. Right? Like, Tatum died, you felt it. Right? Like, Scream 2, when Randy died, you felt it. Right? Like, you had these characters. Even Henry Winkler's character, right? Like, it was like, when he died, you felt it. That's what I want. I don't want something where it's like, oh, I can't believe he died. Or, oh, I can't believe she died. Right? Like, I'd rather it be something where, it's like, impactful. Right? Like, where it's like, wow, they really just killed him. Like, wow, they really just killed, like, and have those impactful deaths, like, even like CC Cooper, stuff like that. I prefer that than like a huge body count, right? Because again, Scream 6 technically has a big body count, but in reality, no one died. There's like 2 deaths outside of Ghostface. I mean, there was more Ghostface deaths than there were actual characters that died. So I don't want that personally. I'd rather them, again, kind of keep it light, have a nice, clean, tight cast that can deliver what you need to deliver, get across what you need to get across, and just tell a good, convincing story with Ghostface just kind of running through wherever they're at, Seattle or whatever, right? I just prefer that. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Phil, what are your thoughts? Again, if you have a familiarity with Celeste, please give me some information, give me some insight. I'd love, like I said, be educated kind of more on her, see if familiarity. I'm going to have to watch a couple of those movies and kind of check some stuff out and see if, kind of get a gauge of like, okay, can she play crazy, right? Can she play, Ghostface? Maybe that's what we get. Again, if you're familiar with her catalog or her as an actress, if you're a fan of hers, again, I'd love to kind of hear your thoughts and opinions on it. And then just kind of what kind of role do you want to see her play? Do you want her to play the Ghostface role? Do you want her to play, the Tatum role? Do you want her to play, just a side character? Do you want her to be Ghostface? Whatever your thoughts are, however you feel, I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.